How's everybody doing? PJ here, back with the next tier list for Mortal Kombat Ninjas with our boy Reptile. Reptile. Probably the one ninja who, in World of Warcraft, all my rogues' gear are based off, the majority of them are based off Mortal Kombat Ninjas. I have a set for every single one. And my Reptile one is probably the one I wear the most. With the Siege of Orgrimmar Raid Finder set, which is green, mixed with some other stuff. Anywho. So, Reptile, later revealed to have his real name be Size-Off. The Green Ninja, the elusive, mysterious Green Ninja. If you didn't know, Reptile is the first character in fighting game history to be the very first hidden character ever. Not Akuma, who I think might be number 2, depending if he came out before Mortal Kombat 2, I'm not sure. No, I love Akuma. That's one of my all-time favorite fighting game characters ever. He's my main in Street Fighter. Sucks he's not coming out for many more months, but getting off track, I digress. So, Reptile, Mr. Green Ninja. And as I pointed out in the Scorpion video, I think you can see right here in his MK1 sprite, how they just colored it green in post or whatever, because you can still see the yellow parts from Scorpions. So, anyway, you know the deal. The original one's going to be in good, and that is the basis. The main criteria being, does his outfit maintain his identity? Do you know who this is just by looking at him? Do you know what he does from that? So if Reptile, a green lizard ninja who uses acid, where it all started with the freaking absurd conditions you had to use, or was it? I know they were really hard and tricky. I think it was Street Fighter that introduced like the ludicrous requirements needed to fight secret characters or whatever. Anywho, so the first Reptile ever, of course, it's going in good. It's good. This is where we start. Mortal Kombat 2, when Reptile was playable for the first time. I don't know why that GIF is cracked out. Holy crap. That is kind of crazy. Why are you super fast? Slow down! The babality. Whoa! I never saw official MK2 art before. That's actually really cool. Dang. Oh, guess we got nothing else to go off. So, this is when our boy, the Green Ninja, made his first proper debut. We found out what he could do because it was no longer just copying the moves of the other ones. I think in MK1, he was just a clone of Scorpion. So he could turn invisible, he could spit acid, he could do these funky acid balls that like gave him zone control and whatnot. And then, most importantly, well, I don't know if it's the most importantly, we find out that much like Scorpion, beneath that mask is something else. And he's actually a lizard man. Hence his name. It's the most famous fatality where he just eats you. This is the yummy fatality, and as you can see, that's why I called the top tier that. And this is great. It is freaking great. This is when Reptile was, for the first time, fully his own. And for some reason, I don't know, just the green. I've always had this deep, weird kind of pleasure seeing new color schemes of existing character types, if that makes any sense. So seeing the green, which was a secret in the first game, proper for the first time was so fucking cool. And like in One Piece, where Green Bull finally showed up in the anime, we finally got to see him colored, and just seeing the green cuffs, you know, it's like, oh, it's just so freaking nice. It pleases me. And even though all the ninjas have it, that like funky texture looking on their tunic or whatever, for Reptile, it works extra good because it makes it look like he's got scales, you know, and he's a lizard. That's his whole thing. Later, Mortal Kombat designs would go all in on his lizard thing, as we'll talk about it. Oh, man. Does Reptile have an extensive history of just trash-ass skins, and it's unfortunate. Thank God the most recent game fixed that. Anyway, MK2 Reptile. Great. Reptile, as I explained with Scorpion, wasn't in vanilla MK3. But what we did get, potentially the greatest Mortal Kombat I mean, like I always say, when you think Mortal Kombat Ninja, this is what you think. This is the perfect archetype classic Mortal Kombat Ninja. Boom! And then the recolor for player 2, which actually makes him slightly more green. In a way, I kind of almost prefer it, because it takes him back to, like, the MK2 green. Oh, just look at that beauty. Wonder if I can find the one where he's doing his... There it is! Oh, this is just so freaking cool! Oh man, when this dude showed up in the first Mortal Kombat movie, one of the best movie entrances of all time. It's freaking perfect. I am tempted, so heavily tempted to make this number 1. It's in contention with number 1 with a different one. And I can't stress how important this Reptile skin is. Because well, I mean, Mortal Kombat 4 had it, but for an ungodly amount of time, this was the last we ever saw of human ninja Reptile. MK4 had it, as we'll see in a moment, but it also did something else with it. So this was the last we got of him for ages, and you know what? Man, it's just like, the time gap between this and when we next saw proper human ninja Reptile just adds a certain je ne sais quoi to this one. So, MK3 Reptile, where you at? Where you at? ¿Dónde estás? Going in the top tier for now. Mortal Kombat 4 was the start of Reptile's downfall in terms of skin-wise and also character-wise, I guess. Because this is just like, story-wise, he just started like becoming a freaking jobber, which sucked. His skin sucks. Just, like, what the hell is this, you know? Why? Why is he in purple? Why is his ninja tunic black? Oh, man, like, I get it, it's their first run-in with 3D. But, like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? He's got his ninja shin guards, except they're all unpainted metal, and they're part of his pants, so it looks like he's wearing robot pants. With the purple, it makes it look like he's wearing Jax's pants. Gotcha! There's no green on, like, there's no proper green on him. Like, the only green on there is, like, freaking diarrhea green for his scales. It's just one of the worst Reptile skins of all time. And it's crazy how you can they actually do worse than this, as we'll get to eventually. Or competes with it for being the worst one ever. So this skin can just... Oh, we're done with the original 3, so these can go. We'll get to you, buddy. We'll get to this beauty right here. MK4 Reptile. Oh, God, it is just ass. But they did give us this. It's like freaking MK3 Sub-Zero all over again. Like, they gave us a consolation prize. And they did give us MK3 Reptile. Which almost completely saved the day. Because same as Scorpion, it's just his MK3 design. But the problem is, he still has his diarrhea green scales. So it's not exactly human Reptile. Like, we got Ninja Reptile, but we did not get human Ninja Reptile. And it's not bad. I can't put it in the bad. And it is so ludicrously better than his default skin, which... Let's just call this He Who Must Not Be Named at this point. Oh my god. It's funny we summoned Voldemort in Phasmophobia. That was weird. For some reason, you can see his muscle textures. Could you see Scorpion's muscle textures? MK4, Scorpion. Oh, you can. Ugh. Oh, random. I'm not sure how crediting music works on YouTube. I know if it's someone else's song, you gotta give credit. But if it's like a song from a video game and a dude just put it together as a playlist, I'm not entirely sure you're supposed to give credit. But just in case, I'm gonna put this playlist of the Deception Konquest music in the description, just as a shout out to that guy. Where are we gonna put you? It's like, if you could have just made him human, this would have been so effing amazing. But no, you gave him his crap green. The scales make it look like he's actually crap. Like, an honorable attempt, but is it good? Are we gonna put him in good? That's the question. Does he deserve to be in good? No, I'm gonna have to leave it in meh. Screw it, let's put it at the bottom of good for now, just because they tried. And, I mean, it's got the classic green, which is good. But it's just, oh man, those arms, like the textures and everything, just freaking make that skin go away. Moving on to Deadly Alliance, where, oh my god. This is when Midway just became lunatics. Let's line them all up at once while we're at it. Boom. And boom. Just why? They made him full lizard. And they just like... I don't even know, man. Maybe this could have been a lot better if they reversed what they got going on with this ninja tunic. Because they inverted it. And it's like, why? Don't fix what's not broken, you know? If the black parts were green and then the green part was black, I mean, he would at least have a ninja outfit. A recognizable Mortal Kombat ninja outfit. Ugh. And then... kinda don't even want to talk about his reptile form, but I have to. Because this one was at least... this was the most animalistic reptile we ever got. And in a way... well, no, they... in MK1, not the original, the new one, he does have his true form, which doesn't even have clothes on it. So that could be the most animalistic one. But it's like... I feel like if you didn't know who Reptile was beforehand and you looked at this, you would not know who it is. You'd just be like, oh, green lizard with armor. You wouldn't even know it's Reptile. Like, he has the ninja tunic, but then these shoulder pads kind of kill it. He has the shin guards, but then they're not painted green. It's like, and they're colored gold for some reason. His knee pads are black instead. He's actually wearing shorts. Because his shins, his calves or whatever are exposed. He's literally wearing shorts. What the fuck? This is bad. And then his default, they just made him look like a feral, nomad looking thing. Like, this one has just nothing redeemable about it. If the last one, you had no idea who Reptile was, this is even less. Like, I mean, this one at least has the distinction of being... if you know the name Reptile, well, yeah, if you ignore the part he's obviously a lizard man, you can at least see he's wearing some kind of ninja clothing. But then this is like, what the fuck is this? This is like some Turok looking thing. Oh, it is awful. Absolutely awful. Reptile wasn't in Deception, but he does appear in Conquest mode. In his, Leave me be. No, not the movie Conquest. Deception Konquest mode. Here we go. It's okay. It's the first time we see human Reptile in, I don't know, 10 years. But it doesn't really count because he's not playable. Like, you can see Rain also in Conquest mode in the exact same outfit, just recolored. And this is not bad. I would put this in good. It's definitely better than his freaking 4 MK3 recolor. Sadly, it's not on here, though. But I would put it in good. Then, so he wasn't in Deception proper, but he was in Shaolin Monks. I did not know MK4 Reptile appeared in the Dark Prison. Huh. Oh, that's god-awful, though. That goes into the worst tier easily. Leave me be. And then there's some quest line that involves him. Shaolin Monks predates Armageddon, so we have to go to Shaolin Monks. This is where it's weird. Because Shaolin Monks gives us human Reptile again. Which we'll get to. Does it have both or only one? It does have both. Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, that's technically his Armageddon. Shaolin Monks Reptile. This is when they try to go best of both worlds, even though one of those worlds is just awful. But I can appreciate them making the attempt. He has the classic ninja getup, which is freaking great to see. He doesn't have any shin guards, which is a bummer. His wrist guards are just black wrappings, as is his face. I feel like if his wrist guards... Well, he's green himself, so that would look possibly look gaudy. Not entirely sure. That's the render, and this is in-game. And it's kind of worse in-game. Sorry. I'm trying to organize my thoughts on this. Like, if nothing else, it is infinitely better than the trash we had to see beforehand. Like, this blows freaking Deadly Alliance Reptile out of the water, hands down. So this is weird, because his Armageddon one is slightly different. Interesting. Let's see. Head back up. Keep it Armageddon. No, this is his... So Armageddon did reuse it. Oh, Armageddon. I see. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we can skip Armageddon because it just uses this and then Deadly Alliance. It looks better in-game. He looks more savage. His face doesn't look like that one Magic the Gathering card. What the hell is that thing called? My cousin had a deck of it. Some card that, like, destroyed your opponent's cards in their deck or something. I don't know. I'll look it up and post it in the post info once this is all done with. So where is this gonna go? I can't put it in good because it's not good. In-game looks so much better, but it's still... Like, you can at least, once again, look at it and tell, okay, this is Reptile. I know exactly who he is. I know exactly what he's going to do. But... it's got to go into meh. That being said, Shaolin Monks gave us human ninja Reptile. And the gap between time was so freaking long. Last time we saw human ninja Reptile was MK3. So I wonder, does it have release dates next to this? UMK3 release date. 1995 all the way to almost exactly 10 years is how long we went without seeing human ninja Reptile. And it's good. What the hell is that on his arm? What is that sick growth or whatever? Oh, that's actually kind of hideous. But who cares? It's human ninja Reptile. We have to celebrate. I wish these were green. And since his skin isn't green anymore because he's a human, I wish his wraps and gloves were green. That would be such an improvement. His head wrap, I can go either way with. Like, it makes him kind of unique, even if it does take away from the core ninja identity, but he still has that overall, which is what's important. So, alternate, you're going to go into good. Are you better than... Yeah, you're definitely better than MK4 alternate because you're human. Like I said, we could skip Armageddon, which brings us to... MK9. Oh, bother. Oh, bother. What did they do to you, man? Reptile, why do they hate you so? What did you do to deserve this? Oh, my God. His default skin in MK9 was so bad, it was seriously one of the major deciding factors that I went with his classic skin for the pre-order. Because if I recall, depending on where you pre-ordered MK9, you would get, with that, on launch, a different classic MK Ninja skin. And it was... Scorpion Sub-Zero... Reptile was, I believe, off of Amazon. I think it was off Amazon. And then there was no Ermac, unless it was some weird... I don't know, I have this weird memory that's like waking up in the back depths of my mind where like possibly the classic Ermac skin was some internet giveaway? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. It was either that or not available at all, and you didn't get it until the pack came out a long time later. But this... like, what the fuck is this? Just why? His pen... like, you cannot... It's like, again, they try to do the best of both worlds and failed both. Like, it's okay when you try to do the best of both worlds and you fail one, like you did with Shaolin Monks, the default Shaolin Monks. But failing both. You cannot look at this and I don't see a ninja, I just see a dude, you know? Why are his pants green? Why does he have spikes all over his wrists and shin guards? Why does he not have a tunic? He just has a breastplate. Like, if I was to fix this skin... his mask is black, which is awful. I think fixing this skin so much would be if you made his pants black. Naturally make his mask green. Make his wrist guards and his shin guards green. And that way you can at least... okay, I instantly know who this is. It's Reptile. But no, they didn't do that. And it's like some shitty-ass wood or whatever. Ugh, I don't know. I hated this skin. I absolutely hated it. Where is it? Get this crap and finish him. Know what? No, it's not as bad as these, unfortunately, because they did at least give a humanoid reptile. He wasn't a freaking animal. But then this piece of shit. I'm not even gonna give it. I'm not even gonna waste breath. Like, as a certain someone once said, it's the biggest piece of dog shit. Just no, absolutely no. This one is down and finish him. They tried to give him some kind of ninja alternate and just failed miserably. It is awful. Ugh, moving on. Where I have to talk about it even more. But! Here we go again. But... Ugh. Why don't they have such shitty resolution pics of this? I have to keep finding it on the internet. The pre-order off of Amazon... Oh my god. Oh my god. So if we ignore Shaolin monks, because while we did get Ninja Human Reptile, this is the first time we're seeing Reptile, classic human ninja Reptile, since MK3. And this is potentially his greatest skin of all time. This is why I freaking pre-ordered it on Amazon. One, because all his skins are absolutely abysmally bad. And two, oh, it is... In-game, it doesn't look as good. Like, you don't need the cowl. You don't need to see the cowl part sticking into his shirt. I don't know why there's a giant stitch line down the center of it, but they all have that. But it doesn't matter because it's freaking classic human ninja reptile. And then the Vita version has... It's unfortunate the Vita version has all the other game versions too. They're okay. This one's actually pretty good. MK3 one looks kind of rough, but at least it's way better than the tragedy of MK10. But those aren't on the tier list, unfortunately, so we gotta just look at this. It's beautiful. It is perfection. The debate of being the greatest ever is up between these two. Moving on. Oh, the dark days of MK10 Reptile. Just why? Why would you do this? Why you do this to Hakhmud, buddy? It's like they took the worst parts of his alternate MK9 outfit and just dialed it all up to 11. Somehow it looks better. Despite how overly designed and gaudy it is, it does look a lot better. If I recall, one of Reptile's variations in this game was like completely broken. Excuse me, gonna take a sip of water. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, does this preserve the core identity issue that I keep talking about? Oh, here's this character select. And you know what? I don't think it does. It's like he's got all his ninja gear on, but there's so much extra shit on it. The colors are off that you'd hardly be able to tell. Like, if it wasn't for his green scales, and proper green, thankfully, unlike his other ones, you would not be able to tell this is Reptile. You just wouldn't think this is some dude, you know? It's not terrible. Is it bad? Like, it's cool his mask is split so he can talk and whatnot. Are you bad or are you meh? Are you better or... yeah, no, it's the top of bad. Shaolin Monks is way better. I'm not even going to waste my breath on the other crap. Like all his Halloween shit. And his alternate. No. Get the hell out of here. God, like the bonus MK10 skins that the ninjas got are like some of the worst of all time, if not the worst of all time. Pretty sure Scorpions was dead last, Sub-Zero was dead last. The only reason this isn't dead last is because it's an homage to, I think, the thing that came out of the lake or whatever that old school movie's called. So that saves it from being the worst, but it's still down here for sure. Maybe the best of the worst. This is... God, what is this? His mask is finally green, which is nice. Is there a better full body? It looks better here. I don't know. It looks awful in this one, but here it looks kind of okay, actually. Like, you can sort of tell it's Reptile. Alternate. Anyone? Anywhere? No dice. That sucks. It's gonna go in meh for the moment. I mean, it's way better than his freaking default one. Well, I don't know if way better is because, the rest falls apart so bad. It's better than his default one. I'll just give it that if nothing else. Then the one that every ninja got. Classic ninja. His mask is still down split so he can talk. For some reason, Reptiles I always thought looked the best. It's hard to explain. His just looks cleaner, you know? Like what I brought up with the other two is like theirs just looked like car seat leather. Then he's got the classic coloring going on. It is one of his best of all time, which is a good throwback. Like, I'm wondering if I'm giving this... there goes the music. I'm wondering if I'm giving this extra bonus points just because of how bad all the other ones have been. I might be. You at least can look at this and instantly know it's Reptile, which is what's important. Yeah, out of all the MK10 classic ninja costumes, his was by far the best. So... I'm actually going to put it in good. Better than that. Are you better than Shaolin Monk's alternate? I'm going to go with no because you're still a reptile ninja. You're not a human ninja. Okay. He wasn't playable in MK11, but he was in off of Shang Tsung. It's not on here, though, unfortunately. Pretty much this is what he would look like. Shang Tsung used Reptile, Smoke, and Ermac. Though I think he technically could turn into all of them, but Reptile, Smoke, and Ermac are the ones who didn't make it, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what Shang Tsung made him look like. And then, yeah, the other ninjas had it too. Then he does appear, but he appears in the crypt, I think, but it's his MK10 costume. They didn't change anything. Unlike Ermac, who got a shiny one, but was never used, which is a freaking sin because it was really freaking cool. Anyway, I would put this in, I don't know, good. Possibly better than that one. I don't know if it's better than his MK10 Classic. Anyway, time to wrap this up. With a glorious return to form for our boy, An appearance that was celebrated all across the freaking world. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Shang Tsung Reptile right there. Yeah, it's not bad. This made so many people so fucking happy. It made me so fucking happy. Damn, look at that classic Scorpion. Oh, that's pretty freaking amazing. A proper human ninja reptile. Not only that, a freaking outstanding human ninja reptile. Oh, man. I wish that the Lin Kuei brothers, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Smoke got this sort of treatment. Like, they went to time period classical for them. Kind of went a bit too overboard. But Reptile, same as all the other characters, they toned it down. They simplified it a lot. But for Reptile, it just works. It is so freaking fucking cool. This is such a return to form that people so desperately wanted for Reptile. He's got his he doesn't even have, well, he does actually have the classic ninja tunic. But it doesn't even matter that it's not green because the green sash around it is fine, you know? It does its job. He has a sash between the legs. He's got his mask on. Or his wrist guards aren't green. Nor are his shin guards. If those were green, this would potentially be in the conversation for the best of all time. And then the best part, they did the best of both worlds finally. And they nailed it. You can see his full reptile form. And the best part is he can transform between them. This is his default. This is what he looks like normally. But then when he does his special attacks that involve acid or whatever, he turns into his true form. And then he instantly turns back. And the transition, the way they nailed it, it is just so clean and crisp. It's amazing. This is what he looks like without the mask. He's kind of a pretty boy thing going on. And I have no complaints. Like, it's weird to see a maskless ninja and just be like, yeah, that's totally fine, you know? They don't do it often. Even rarer, they don't do it well often. And it just works because the rest of him is still intact, and that's what's important. And then him secretly using his tail swipe holds a special place in my heart. It is just so nice. I have no complaints about this skin whatsoever. It made me and so many other people happy. This is what Reptile is supposed to be. It preserves his core ninja identity. You immediately know who he is, what he does, and then as a bonus, he can just go full on monster lizard. Ah. Is this going into best? Are you better than MK2? Decisions. Are you better than MK2? Damn, that's a hard call. Yeah, Dang, that is tricky. Let's zip back up all the way up real quick, just so we can look at it some more. I have to go with no, purely because his shin guards aren't colored in that one. If they were colored green, it would probably be up and yummy. But at the moment, it's going there. But that's not a knock on it. It is one of the best reptile skins. It is a celebrated reptile skin. Okay, any rearranging we gotta do? Let's see here. Which one's the best? That's rough. That is very rough. This might take a while. Damn, which one's better? I might have to go with MK3 just because his classic MK9 skin doesn't look as fantastic in game. While Reptile in game is just freaking perfect. Yeah, I think MK3 Reptile just narrowly edges out MK9 Classic Reptile. Alright, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. So that's it for this one. Next is going to be Ermac at some point. I don't know when. And then, because after this is when ninja appearances, besides like the core group, start getting very, very sporadic. Which is unfortunate because Mortal Kombat is its ninjas. Like, I've never given a shit about Liu Kang and Katana. Just give me the ninjas, you know? Anyway. Alright, this is going to be it for this one. Till next time, everybody. PJ signing off.